and it's a pleasure meeting everyone. And I would say that my portfolio, which is BWT-African Rising, a channel that seeks to bring to light what are some of the things that are going on in Africa with Africans, has linked up with MindChallenging Hub. And of course, our speakers to come up with this very special program. And you know it is special when there are very, I wouldn't say few, but there are very special people that are supposed to come. That's why we gave the opportunity for people to put your idea. And we're expecting a little bit close to 30 people to be here. So all of you that are here are in fact very special people. And so before we actually begin, I would want all of us to get to know, because it's connecting, in fact, how we can develop ourselves and also get to connect with each other and to help build ourselves. Before we leave here, I'm sure we are going to get connected with our speakers, people who have spent a lifetime, a big deal and a great deal of their life coaching people and transforming lives through their coaching and their guide. And so by the time we all leave here, I know the pandemic is raging elsewhere, and a lot of us, our plans and everything maybe hasn't gone how we planned it. At least I know for the past 2 years, our plans have changed. and a lot of us, those that maybe didn't meet opportunity along the way, are stressing, and some maybe are even at the brink of, let's say, giving up. But I'm sure by the time we leave here, we will have another purpose, or if not, another, okay, maybe not behind your PC, right? Okay, how about I go to Franklin? Franklin, you joined quick a little bit earlier. Franklin, can you hear me? And maybe any special expectation for the night? That would be very helpful for our speakers today.
Okay, I'm Franklin by name, so I'm Nigerian.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
So I'm currently in studies in China for more than 4 years. So currently I'm running a computer science and technology. So my focus is in UX and UI design and web developer. Wow. So my main focus is also to connect to each other to know more. And the topic of today is behaviors. I don't know, I want to know more from the speakers.
Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Thank you very much, Franklin. Thank you for coming. Okay. I think Matt properly when your time is up, but let us take from the members that are joining. Mina, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Wow. Great voice. All right, Mina, where are you joining us from? And what is your expectation for the night? A little bit of introduction of yourself too.
I'll turn on the video. Nice to meet you first. And nice I came to learn something because it seems like what will be today is really interesting. And I come from France.
Okay.
And I'm just starting a business. So I want to learn how to keep it going.
Wonderful. Thank you. Wow. Great voice, great face. Nice. Thank you. Thanks for joining. And coming from the romantic city, huh? My French is rusty. I would have, said something like bon something. Thank you so much, Mina, for joining. Today, just a disclaimer. Sometimes when people see great flyers like that going on, they feel like this is all academic. And so they sort of get, giggly or a little bit. Today is just, like I said, social. Everything we are going to learn. No, you don't have to, come up with no one is going to quiz you about it, just for your own personal development. So feel free, ask questions. We have to be interactive. Take it as if we have just met at a pub discussing how to, take away the anxiety, the stress and everything, and see ourselves develop. All right, so feel free. And thanks for joining. Yeah, Maria, I see you. Great. You're looking great anyway.
Yeah. I'm in Shanghai right now. I'm a friend of John's, so I'm here to support and to hear from all the speakers tonight. Looking forward to it.
Great. Thanks so much for coming. Okay. I think Galina, you sent your message to the group, right? Okay. So Galina is from Russia and living in China, Guangzhou. Okay. Okay. So you are listening. Thank you so much. It's okay. All right, Madeline is listening too, but not in a great position to speak now. All right. So we're going to get in. We're going to get in. Is there anyone I haven't called yet? Okay. All right. So apart from our speakers, you hear from them later. Once again, my name is Bernard, and I'm speaking to you from Nigeria. And it's a pleasure meeting all of you. Don't take this as so academic. We just want to improve ourselves. Just as today's topic, personal development workshop, becoming a better version of your own self. Okay, Ezekiel Massimo has joined again. Ezekiel, if you can hear me, you're welcome. Before we get in, I think I'll still give you the opportunity to introduce yourself if you can hear me. All right, so we are going to take our very first speaker. I'm sure you've seen on the flyer the names, but you really don't know who we are going to get engaged with today. Our first speaker is someone who is, I would say, so much experienced in terms of management, cooperation, and even international affairs, I would say. Even when it comes to academic too, like I said, we are not going to be so academic today, so I wouldn't touch much on it. But for those that are interested in scientific writings and publications, yes, you are likely to find him there. He's worked for Alibaba and Canton Fair and the Federal Republic of Germany. Yeah. When you see such profile, I mean, you get a bit shaky, but he's all here and going to share his experience with us. He has also been recognized 5 times and awarded by the United Nations, and very much also experienced in ICA and strategy and negotiation. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us, I want to call him honorable, but yeah, and let me just say brother, so that, bring it to our level. So let me welcome brother Felipe Atcosios. Please, your name, I know is a bit Brazilian, and that should be Portuguese, right? So since I have zero experience in Portuguese, maybe I might not say it well, but at least Felipe, I can say Felipe from football. So yeah, Felipe, please, these are your audience, and he's going to tell us about how to get to do long-term and even short-term plans and goals and how to fulfill them. So Felipe, please, your people are ready. Get engaged with us.
Hi, nice to meet you all. It's a pleasure to see that everyone gets some of their time to be here with us, to Wonderful. Listen to our topics tonight. Thank you for the introduction. It was pretty, I wasn't expecting all of that actually, but thank you so much. Yeah, today I'm gonna talk about strategy, but in a way that is easy for you to improve your short-term goals and your long-term goals, okay? To tell the truth, I came from a military background and also academic background at the same time. So I learned strategy on the military side and at the same time also from the business side. So I can tell that connected, okay? Basically the military started with strategy and thinking, like political, military and thinking, and then later it was like, how can I say, bridged it to the companies. Yeah. So they came later as theory and like put into business strategy. Okay. So the presentation by now, I'm going to start with a story about myself. Okay. Let's share some experience about something that I did and something that I did wrong. Okay. So once I was working for a company. And I was the marketing director for this company. And I had a team. So I was new to this company. Some of the team was already there for some time. And we have newcomers coming. So I was dealing with people who was already there, newcomers to this company, okay? And happens that my first project in there was a huge project in terms of design. I needed to create a lot of creative work. I need to do a lot of things in that way. And I can tell that I got the team, we had like about 5 days to finish some creative work. And the design team used to work on that through all these 5 days to achieve that, right? So what I did, I got the outline, I prepared everything, I make everything understandable by the designers, I sent to them, and that's it. Then in the first day, we passed the first day and there was nothing. They did nothing. And I asked, oh, what happened, guys? Why you didn't deliver any of the creatives or anything that is in the project? So, oh, we didn't have time. We were working with this project from this other team, and we're gonna do this a little bit later. It's okay, you know. So that's what they told me. Then we have the second day, and then nothing. I was like, what the hell is happening here? People are not doing the things. They are not working. What's up? Because like already like 16 hours of work and nothing was delivered. So what happened? And then the CEO, which is basically my boss, said, Felipe, why the things are not running? Why we don't have the creators? I said, I thought it was busy and so on. Nothing was delivered. And then the CEO, which was my boss, came to the team to check exactly what was happening. And then he checked exactly and told me, Felipe, you send the whole project to the design team, meaning that they don't know what to do. You should at least separate and tell them step by step what they should do because they are new. So what does this mean exactly to me? Because I've been working for bigger companies that I just give what I needed and things were like done by the team. But this guy didn't know how to organize their work, how to separate something into small. I needed basically to break through this big project and separate this into smaller tasks to give them for several weeks until they understand how to do it so they could manage their own work. So this was basically my mistake. And many of you have any idea why I commit this mistake? Because I wasn't empathetic to understand how they were working. I couldn't understand how they were feeling and how they were perceiving what was happening in the company. So basically, this is what happened with me in the first moment and how I managed to basically lose all the deadlines by the company at that time. So one thing that I tell this today in the beginning of this presentation is, remember, everybody maybe is having a hard time, even though if you are having a project or managing somebody or doing something, they may have a hard time. And maybe if you understand what is happening, then you can support them by helping on their goals, on their targets, or whatever they are doing, okay? And this is valid for companies, life, or whatever is happening. Sometimes somebody fails on something, but because they didn't organize this well. And that's what we're going to see this, okay? So, to start it, you know, everyone has a, okay? I can tell that everyone has dreams, everyone wanna do something. If you don't dream, if you don't think about it, about something you wanna have or whatever it is, have or do, you don't have. So basically, everyone works based on things they wish for themselves, things they wanna for themselves, right? So basically, I start saying here that dreams are powerful, okay, because they're gonna drive us forward, okay? And I always say that you should keep like a teenager, because teenagers normally have more dreams than adults. Adults, when they get older, often stop like dreaming that much. And then they start doing a little bit less because they already believe or they already feel that they did a lot in life. So because it will keep you having new goals, it will keep you having new ideas. And of course, based on these ideas and new goals, you are going to do something new or something more about that, okay? So how can we work in our dreams? How can we work with our personal goals? How can we achieve something? How can we organize our lives in a better way? How can we think about it? How we do this? Well, everybody may have some ideas about how they organize this, how companies may organize this, and so on. But here, we're going to think about strategy, tactics, and things that you may do to achieve all these points. Normally, when you think about this, you think about two kinds of people. You think about the military, as you can see there, and you also may think about business. But some people sometimes forget that they could apply some of these concepts on their lives and make it easier to understand what is happening to yourself, what is happening to your family, what is happening to anybody else, okay? You may have seen some of these theories, some of this talk, maybe at work, maybe in the office, maybe somebody told somewhere, and we come back here, but with a twist. There's something different there, okay? So I believe people know about this kind of triangle, okay, where we have strategy on top, then you have tactics just after, and you have operational with that. People may think that we have like, oh, directors on the top, management in the middle, and then the hard works in the bottom. So this is what you may first think, or even in the military, like generals. Then you have like lieutenants, and then you have like soldiers and so on all this planning, okay? But that's not what we are going to do here today, okay? Today we are going to do something a little bit different, okay? Strategy here means what do you want? So you can imagine right now in your mind, so what do I want? What do I want to do in long term? What is my final objective? Do I want to open a company in China? Do I want to learn Chinese? Do I want to have more savings in my bank account? So what do I want exactly? So you can think about this right now as we are seeing all these concepts right now. Then the tactics is about the methods, how you're going to achieve it. So how you are going to do it. So what do you need to do exactly? What is the thing you need to do or have to achieve it? So those are the methods, those are the tactics that you're going to develop. And the last one is the actions. Okay? What is your list of actions? What exactly you need to do every day, or at least once, twice, or 3 times a week to achieve that, to be able to keep going with your personal project, okay? So this is the concept that we're going to start by today. So first, we have the strategy, okay? When we think about strategy, people think too much about planning, about things like dates, about things you need to have. Of course, you need to think about what you need to have, but you're not overthinking about dates. Let's keep on the goals. Let's think about how to build up the ideas and organize the ideas you have in mind, okay? Before starting it, I just would like to remember that through all the process, you're always gonna fail, okay? As I failed before with my own deadline in terms of creatives, I'd like to remember that from my projects, can tell that about 80% is okay, 20% fail in something. Fail in deadlines, or fail that something wasn't in the expected quality. Something happens, or people didn't deliver in time, or something else happens, okay? And this is normal. This is normal. If you fail 20% and you achieve 80%, that's good. Okay, you are in a good radio, okay? So remember about that failing is normal. Just learn from it, do it again, and solve the problem, and go, take the risk, and do something different, okay? Do something else, take the risk, okay? So we start with what we call the strategic triangle. This is used in the military, and it's used also in business, okay? But now we are going to use one which is for your personal. Like you can use this in a relationship. You can purpose your relationship into goals. You can purpose your family into a set of goals. You can purpose the things you're doing in business in this set of goals. So you can organize yourself, okay? Your personal life, your personal objectives, things that you're doing using this, okay? First of all, what is the purpose in that? Okay, in this triangle, is the goal, is what you wanna have, what you wanna do, okay, what you're pursuing, okay? What is that capacity building under there on the corner? It's like what can you do and what you need to learn how to do. let's suppose I want to open my own company. So I need to learn a set of laws that is working in China under the companies. I need to understand how my visa would be working also on this situation. I need to understand and learn if I can learn people how the business would work, the taxes, and so on. So I need to learn things to understand how I could do this, okay? And the last one, the environment, is like, oh, what are the situation here? Can I organize myself? Can I understand what what is happening around to plan myself? Like, I want to open my company, product I'm selling, okay. Is the things I want to do fine? Is there some opportunity for me to take? Or no, what is happening? If I want to learn a language, like, okay, is it easy to learn? Where should I learn? What happens if I don't have time to study? So on. So you have different situations that you can check, because it will help you to prepare your mind and also have like actions that you can do in case things doesn't work, okay, for you. And then when you put all of this together, you reach a strategy. You can think about the future, about the things you're gonna do. So this is the beginning. You start the things you wanna do. But then this looks very generic, like this triangle looks very generic. So I prepared for you guys this. So here, I separate each one of the portions of this triangle with questions for you to do a personal checkup. So you can check, you can take a look in whatever you want to do, and you can make these questions to yourself to understand exactly, like, okay, let me think, what do I want? Like, okay, I want to open a company. Why do I want it? Oh, I want to make my own money. I want to be able to do this. Oh, does it has a link with other projects? Oh, probably. If I open a company and I have my own money, it means that I can support my own family, you know? So these questions, they are here. I share them to you for you to think and start to organize your ideas, to organize what you're thinking about your goal, your big picture, your long-term goal, and circle it around, and you can make lists about the things that you're thinking about it, okay? If you decide to answer all these questions and write in a paper, you for sure at least will have a draft or a beginning of a business plan or a personal plan or some sort of plan that you can develop through time according to what you're going to learn and what you decide to do, okay? Regarding the environment in there, you can see what I wrote in there, like what do I need to do or have to achieve my goal. So exactly what are the actions, like what exactly need to have to achieve your goal, okay? Do I need support from others? Do I need people who know something? And do I need a lawyer? Do I need like a teacher to teach me something, you know, from other people? Or I don't need other people. I just need to work myself. I just need to do it by myself. So you need to evaluate all the set of things, write down, and you start to see exactly what needs to be done and what may happen on the way. So you are making at the same time, you are checking exactly what needs to be done. You are also checking, which is related to your goal, you're also checking what can happen on the way. And the last one is the capacity build. Like, what do you need to learn in order to achieve your goal? Like, do I need to learn something else? Do I need to develop something else? Other important question, what is under my control and what is not? Meaning, like, if I decide to open my company, what is up to me? What is up to the government? You cannot control government, but you can control what is up to you. Oh, I want to get married. I want to do something. Oh, so what is in my control? What is in others people's control that I cannot exactly control, but I can talk about, you know? So there is a series of things that you may evaluate, okay, that you may understand about this, that you can put in a paper and understand a better self. So this whole thing here is just for you to evaluate your goal, evaluate what needs to be done, evaluate the situation it is placed in, okay? So this is a way for you to understand yourself, understand what do you want, understand how you can do it, you know? And these questions are here to help you. So it's like a personal check, okay? Is how you can take a look and have ideas and so on. Of course, you may come up with our other questions. So I always tell that you should ask questions to yourself. We normally ask questions to other people. Oh, what do you think about this, Gloria? Do you think it's really nice that we have some workshop online? Oh, what do you think about that? Like, but we don't ask ourselves about what is happening to our situation. So this helps us evaluate, help us separate all the tasks, everything that we need to do, okay? So this is the strategy level in a personal way for you to understand what is happening to you, okay, and around you. But then you think about, okay, we had an idea, I have a dream, I want to do something, I want to have my own business, learn Chinese, or find the love of my life, or get married, or whatever it is. Like you have your personal things, and you already understood and organized this concept, this dream. You already answered several questions on that list, even questions that you created, or even questions that people ask you when you share these ideas with them, okay? And then how can you organize this better? How can you do something better about this? Well, we're gonna need to plan, but then you, oh, I need to put things in a calendar, or maybe I need to write down something that's gonna happen, or something like that. Not exactly. The which is the most important is every time you have your main goal, you may have several smaller things that you need to do. Again, back to the example. I want to open a company. So what do I need to do? So I need to collect information about opening the company. Oh, I need to do some marketing research. Oh, I need to do that. So those are very generic main things to do, okay? Main things that I need to achieve. However, these things need to achieve, like these things have to achieve, they need to be organized in a better way. So my first recommendation for you to organize and keep your mind clean and motivated is write each one of these in one sentence, okay? So what is the first goal I mentioned? Oh, I need to do some research about the government, about bureaucracy. So, oh, I need to learn the process about opening a company so things go faster and smooth for me. Sounds a little bit too simple to write like this, but this is a remarker. Every time that you look at your list of why are you doing that in the big picture. So it keeps you motivated. If you're working with other, they need to understand this. If you're working in a company, if you're working by yourself, you have your family or whatever, you are sharing these ideas and so on, you can show that. And they understand why you are working on that. They understand why this is important. So this gives the importance about writing what you need to do in one sentence, okay? I mean, the main goal on the task list, okay? And the second part is under that. You need to select everything that you want to do, okay, on a list by one. So basically, you're making a task list here and checking the days when you need each one of these things. Sounds simple, but a lot of people, okay? So here, I prepared things for you to keep in mind when you are preparing this task list, okay? First, you need to list all the tasks, of course. And then I mentioned you need to write your goals to make you motivated. You understand why you're doing all of that. People understand and you keep motivated, okay? This is a brain check. This is better for your brain to think that, okay? Remember that. It's a motivation thing. The second one is some tasks are daily tasks, okay? And you can keep daily tasks at the same time because it helps you to have consistency, okay? If you have trouble in going to the gym, okay, what's my recommendation to keep going to the gym every day? Do it at the same time. Always do it at the same time. Create like a slot in your life that you always go to the gym at the same time. So that's the gym time. You don't go, you feel bad, and then you need to go. You need to go. So if you put this in mind, it will happen, okay? I believe, at least, okay? Other important things that not all tasks, they have deadlines. Some tasks maybe like I need to study twice a week. Oh, I need to spend like 1 hour doing exercise for like Chinese lessons exercise a week. Okay? And I can do this anytime. Okay, so it means that you create those tasks and be flexible also in like, oh, I can do this anytime, I do this once a day and so on. So what I'm showing here, why I wrote this, because what I'm showing is that having a plan, having a goal, doing something for yourself or to somebody or in a company doesn't mean not being flexible. It means that you have flexibility in your life. You can change your deadlines when it's possible to change. I mean, when the deadline is not important for something else to happen. Of course, for opening a company, you may have deadlines which are more strict. It's different from when you are learning that you may decide whatever you want to do. So you can just basically study in different times. You can set up your time according to your own will. You just need to keep consistency in things you are learning, okay? Here is a very interesting one. This is where normally you may fail or things won't get into time, because you need to evaluate people who are working with you, okay, and see exactly how they are supporting your project or how they are working with you or what they are doing for you. Because people often fail deadlines because they're not working with you, they are working with other people. They're not just supporting you, they're supporting other people. So how much you need to check on them to see if you are okay with everything, you know? So talking, having empathy is very important, because as you could see in the beginning of the presentation, I basically failed because I didn't have any empathy. I didn't understand what was happening, and then everything was delayed. Then I got problems, okay? So that's why I always talk to people who are working with you and check on them to see what they feel, what they think, and so on. Okay, if you are working with government, if you are working with other things on your own life, you should check with those institutions also so you can know better, okay? And the last one, a suggestion is, sometimes you have a feeling that something is really difficult, or several things that may happen that could be a problem on some task that you may have to do. So leave a free time slot in that. Leave some time, because which is totally free. Because maybe if it fails, you still can keep working on that, okay? Meaning that you don't need to be afraid of failing, but means that it's really important. Get more time than you need. And then if you manage to do it correctly, you even can take deal, or you can do something else related to leverage what you're doing, okay? I believe I am going to do Chinese lessons, and I'm gonna do some exercise, and I may take like half an hour, but then I do it 15 minutes. So I can take 15 minutes and do something better to improve, or even go further in whatever I'm studying, okay? So I'm just explaining this situation because sometimes people don't think that if something is hard, maybe you should leave a secure time to solve it later if there is a problem, okay? So keep that in mind. So by now, what did you do? Thought about what do we want to do? We organize our ideas, everything that you think about, and so on. So we thought about that. And then we prepared a list. So we make a list with smaller goals, which are like a midterm, let's call 3 months, 6 months, whatever, okay? And from there, we have small tasks where we can achieve those goals, okay? So that's how we organize by now, okay? One of the suggestions for you, in case you are working in a very difficult project, okay, which you can use, is Trello. Sincerely, I don't like much to use Trello, okay? I don't know if you know Trello. I can explain later after the presentation. But this is like a software that you can use to organize whatever you are doing. You can do to-do lists, you can write your goals, you can write different things on your project, you can get a free account to use it, there is no problem. By the way, I'm not paid by Trello, I'm not advertising, it's telling that you can use it at your own will. And of course, you need to organize something, feel free, okay? But that's not sponsored by Trello, and it doesn't matter. Okay, guys. And the last part, this last part will start explaining exactly what is it, but I will start by the problem, okay? You know, people, they are working or they are doing something for themselves or they are reading a book or whatever they are doing, and then out of sudden they stop, start to look at Facebook, Instagram, or they start to, I don't know, look at the window, or they just start to listen to music out of sudden, or you are reading a book, and then after some time you start to think about things that you need to do later, you know, basically you lose the focus. Why happen exactly? We know that longer the task that we are doing is, it's easier for us to lose track of it, to lose the concentration on it, okay? Why I'm saying this? Because it's important for us to remember that when we are doing those tasks, when we are in the operation doing those tasks that we made, we should consider that we need to be like productive, right? So how to be productive on this task? How can you do something better? Like how can you concentrate and do something better about them? Well, my presentations, as people who already saw before, have food. Today we're gonna have tomatoes in my presentation. I believe you have heard that tomatoes in Italian is pomodoro, right? Whoever is Italian knows that pomodoro is a tomato, as I remember called. In Brazil, some people may call pomodoro also because we have a lot of Italian immigrants, so quite common to find somebody saying this. How can you be more productive on the tasks? How can you do better on these short-term tasks? How can you deliver what needs to be delivered after you organize all of this? Okay. Well, there is one thing called the pomodoro. Okay. The Italians, especially, got his name. I feel sorry. I didn't take notes for this, so I forgot to take his Italian businessman, okay, and professor. He knew that people lack of concentration after like 30 minutes working, okay, and he realized that in his kitchen he had a timer, which is a pomodoro, so you can select how long you need to be cooking. So you place the timer in minutes, and then when it's done, so you can get your food or you need to go there to do something, right? So we have all the tasks there. You select the you need to be accomplished, and then what do? You set up 25 minutes on a timer, on the clock, because as I mentioned, if 30 minutes you start to lose focus, probably. So how to the focus? You work for 25 minutes directly on that task easily, okay? Like once you have 25 minutes and it rings the bell, you stop it and you take 5-minute break. Okay? If your task was supposed to finish 25 minutes and you did it, so you check it on the paper or whatever you're using, Trello and so on. If not, you're gonna take a break and you're gonna work for more 25 minutes until you finish it according to your plan. And if you're working the whole day, of course, like let's say 8 hours. After you do 4 times turns with your Pomodoro, 25 minutes, break. You take a longer break of 15 to 25 minutes. Why this break is important is for you to disconnect from the task, clean your brain a little bit, have a coffee or think about something else, and then come back refreshed and be able to concentrate. So this is recommended for any person who had concentration in focusing during work or whatever you are doing, okay? So this is my recommendation. I can tell that I used to have this, and I basically start to use Pomodoro for me, okay? So I basically work this basis. So when I was making this presentation here, I was doing like 25 minutes until it finished. Like 25 minutes, break, 25 minutes, break, 25 minutes, break, until finish it, okay? So, back. Remember to ask questions at the first time. Remember to ask people also to ask you questions about what you want to do. It doesn't matter what you want to do. If it's business, if it's if it's whatever you are doing, okay? Ask questions, write the answers in the paper, and discover what do you, how do you want, how is the situation about that, and what do you need to learn, and so on. Remember your list, okay? And remember to keep concentrated. Remember that you have different methods of which you can use to keep yourself concentrated on the tasks, okay? So guys, thank you for being here. I think you may have some questions because here I separate a very basics about strategy, a very basics about how to organize your ideas over it, very basics about how to write down your plans and so on. So here I share my QR code for chat. If you want to add me, feel free. Okay, it will be a pleasure to talk with you, to share ideas you have. Also ask me questions so I can write on my own goals, whatever. That would be interesting. I also share here my LinkedIn. You can add me there. Feel free. It will be a pleasure to have you there, guys. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Felipe. That was very much in-depth explanation and I would say advice on how to get our tax done. Indeed, that is right. Sometimes it's not that we don't know how we can do our tax. We don't know when or how we can do our tax, but then the initiative to even start because it looks bulky for us. And thanks for letting us know how to even break them into pieces and the step-by-step way of managing time and filling it. By the time we leave here, yes, people, you can get us contact and even connect for personal coaching and advice on how to finish, especially for researchers. Like I told you, he's a well-published scientific researcher. So you can also get some bit of advice in that regard too. We are supposed to finish this whole program